Hey everyone, welcome to the Football Terrace. We're here in Doha, Qatar, and we have more transfer news here for you. We're going to be talking about Caicedo, McAllister, Manchester United getting taken over by Dubai, all that good and wonderful stuff. And to go over it with me, I have Terry Flores. How are you, Terry?
Very good. Very, very good indeed. Excited to talk about the potential takeover of Manchester United from lots of good money coming from Dubai, hopefully, into my football club. So, yeah, very excited to sit and talk to you.
All right, then. So, before we get started, make sure you guys download the OneFootball app. It's your one-stop shop for all things football. You have your live scores there, your statistics, your transfer news, and live games, live Serie A games from the OneFootball app. So make sure you guys download it. Get that done now. Terry, Manchester United potentially getting taken over by Dubai. The Rain Group is looking to facilitate a full sale of Manchester United to a Dubai group. How are you feeling about that?
We've seen Manchester City go to unprecedented levels of success, and a lot of that has been to do with Sheikh Mansour, the money that he has input into the club, the connections that he has been able to provide commercially, but then, of course, the brilliant people they have running the football club. Manchester United needs something similar. Dubai appear to be very, very eager to purchase a Premier League football club, and why not the biggest, most famous, with the largest global fan base, by Manchester United. Of course, we've had the likes of Google and Amazon, Apple, all linked to Man United, but the reports from David Ornstein, that's how credible these are, that the Glazers have had direct talks with Dubai about a full and complete takeover of the club. And I can't lie, I'm excited. If this happens, this is what I've been waiting for 17 years. The Glazers bought us, we protested. It's been hell. It's been hell. They have systematically ruined the club over a 17-year period. Getting that money from Dubai, having them bring in the right type of people to run the club from a football standpoint, I'm sure rich people don't like to waste money. They're going to have great people running the commercial arm. I'm not even worried about that. We want the best in the business running the football club to help get us back to the top, because we've not challenged for a Premier League for a decade. We haven't won a Champions League since 2008. And in that period, we've spent more than anybody else. So we've hemorrhaged and wasted money. We had the wrong people running the project. So, yeah, very excited that the prospects of Dubai taking over Man United is very much on the cards.
Yeah, it's crazy that this could potentially be happening, because it's something that you've personally fought for a very, very long time. So this must feel like very surreal for you. And it's not just like an American owner. It's the type of ownership that comes in and really changes the game for a club.
Of course, I'm not overly fussed where the owners come from, but what we've typically seen, we have it with the owners of Manchester City from Abu Dhabi. They want the club for the right reasons. I think Dubai want the club for the right reasons. I think the Amazons and the like of this world, I think they're all very similar as well. They want to make the club work. They want to take the club to a higher level. They want to make the club great again. And that's what Man United need. People that want to make us brilliant on the football pitch. That's the motivation. Yes, there's a side to that. You'll make profit out of us. You can. Dubai will obviously use Man United to help grow. I mean, it's already got great tourism, but they'll use it to grow tourism. They'll use it to grow other elements of their nation. There's no doubt about it. And why not? You've got the biggest global fan base on the world to advertise your products and your services to. So they're going to do that in the same way Qatar has done here at the World Cup. Show the best of your nation to the world. So yeah, for me, it's something I've wanted now for 17 years. I've been fighting for this. It's finally starting to happen, and yeah, I am holding in my excitement, but I'm absolutely buzzing.
So if you had to just choose something right now between, let's say, Amazon or Dubai, who are you choosing? Quickly, just quick
Dubai.
Answer. Dubai. All right. You guys in the comment section, let us know what you think. Would you rather have Amazon, Dubai, Apple, Google? Who do you want? Because it seems like Manchester United have a ton of suitors, and the biggest club in the world could potentially be getting taken over. So let us know in the comment section what you think. Sticking with Manchester United, linked again to Frenkie de Jong, for me, this is not surprising, because you don't just start going after a player and then and the way that it unfolded, you could tell that Ten Hag is really bought into getting Frenkie de Jong. So I'm not surprised that potentially Manchester United want to go back in for him. Do you have any reservations about this getting done because of the way that it kind of unfolded in the summer?
The only reason Frenkie de Jong stayed at Barcelona was because he wanted the £17 million deferred wages. And only an idiot walks away from £17 million.
Yeah.
Like, I'd have thought less of him if he'd have given up £17 million. It's a hell of a lot of money. He's staying. However, he's been given some of that now. More of it's coming through. He isn't playing in the first team as regularly as he wanted. The relationship, it definitely got damaged through that process in the summer. They were trying to get him out. But Man United still want him. Man United also improving. And I think that in the summer, there was an element of de Jong not pushing for the move to Man United. Although he was happy with the terms he was offered, it was a case of, I still might want to see how things go at Barca. Man United are improving. They're growing up the league. You can see how good the Casemiros and the Sandro Martinezes of this world have done. So I am not surprised to see the club go back in for him. And this is very much the approach Man United should have. Yeah. You don't have a number one target and then just forget about them moving forward. He's still young. He's well in his prime. And he is attainable. Barcelona haven't had this groundbreaking season, maybe their transfer window promised, if that makes sense. So they bowed out of the Champions League early. And I think what could be a decisive factor is the Europa League playoff game between Man United and Barcelona in a handful of weeks' time. I don't think this deal will get done in January, although Man United may make some approaches. I think that would be more in mind to look at a summer buy. But with the news of the buy, or maybe Amazon, Google, somebody taking us over, that's also going to play into Man United's hands from a recruitment point of view, because you've kind of got that in your back pocket as listen, we are going to get back to the very best. We've got brand new owners coming in. The debt will be gone. Facilities will be improved. And we want you to be a jewel in the crown of that takeover as well. So for me, I'm not surprised. I still think de Jong is attainable. And with the good start to the season United and Ten Hag have had, I think it's easier to get him than in the summer of 22.
Where does he fit in? If Casemiro, he's going to be the starting number 6. He's the best DM in the world. That was where a lot of people earmarked de Jong coming in, to play in that deeper role. You have Bruno Fernandes, who's playing really well. He's like your number 10 or your 8. And then you have Eriksen, somebody who's really stepped in and has looked really good under Ten Hag. Where does Frenkie de Jong fit in within that group of midfielders?
Eriksen's place. Eriksen was kind of told when de Jong fell through, you're going to play deeper. The idea around Christian Eriksen initially, that many believe, was that he would be a kind of stand-in for Bruno Fernandes. He'd play further up the pitch. Now what we're seeing is him drop deeper. He's done well in that position. I'd give him a 6.5, 7 out of 10. Frenkie de Jong, that is a 8.5, 9 out of 10 player. You saw the Dutch here in Doha at the World Cup. You would have seen how good he is at the ball. He's deceptively quick. Maybe it's his frame, maybe it's the blonde hair. He's not looked at as being overly athletic, but he is. He can drive forward with that ball. He can cut defenses open with his passes. And imagine doing that with the security of the world's best DM behind you, clearing up any mess that's made in Casemiro. Them two as a combination in the middle is deadly and scary for anyone in the Premier League.
I agree. So, I don't really want this to happen, but you never really know. You never really know. You guys, I want to play a little game in the comment section regarding de Jong. On a scale of 1 to 10, how likely do you think it is for Manchester United to seal the deal with Frenkie de Jong in the summer? Let us know there. So, Chelsea is also looking to build the squad and bring in midfielders. We spoke about the other day strikers. I still feel like Chelsea's main issue is probably midfield, with Jorginho being maybe not the right fit, Kovacic maybe being a little bit injury prone. They brought in Zakaria. He hasn't really played that many minutes. So now the pretty obvious links to Caicedo, because of maybe the link to Brighton and Graham Potter, are starting to surface. Caicedo, somebody that Manchester United maybe missed out on for a very nominal fee years ago. How good is Caicedo, and how pivotal or transformative do you think he could potentially be for this Chelsea midfield that doesn't really seem to have a direction at the moment?
It's a very good question, because you look at Chelsea, their midfield lacks dynamism, it lacks energy, it lacks any kind of explosiveness. Technical ability they have. Jorginho's got technical ability. They've got Kovacic has got technical ability. And he drives forward with the ball well. But when it comes to Chelsea, they need someone like Caicedo, who's combative, who is strong, who is dynamic, that covers ground. But equally, he's a good passer of the ball. This is by no means someone who's just an enforcer. He can pass and move the ball well. He can keep the tempo of play high when he needs to. He can slow it down at the right times. Overall, he's a very, very good player indeed. There's no doubt about it. For me, this is why Chelsea fans should be excited, and it's why I've been saying for a while, in the medium to long term, be fearful of Chelsea with what Todd Boehly and his group are looking to do. You suddenly start looking at all the youngsters they're buying, the Nkunkus that have come in, the Caicedos they're looking at. They're building a very good squad, and for some reason, it seems to be going unnoticed, most of all by Chelsea fans. They seem to be annoyed all the time, and for me, they're doing some very, very good business. Graham Potter's going to eventually get this squad to click as well, and they will become a dangerous team again when all the little jigsaw pieces start to fall into place. But Caicedo to Chelsea, it was an obvious one because of the Graham Potter links. Yeah. Not surprised. Now you've got the credible journalist looking at it. This is a deal that is very likely, in my opinion, to happen over January or in the summer of 2023. So watch this space.
I agree. Caicedo has already kind of made his feelings known that he maybe wants to move on. And Brighton's doing well, but they're never going to really break into the top four. You know, I think we can be honest about that. So Caicedo wants to go. He knows Graham Potter. It's a good fit because Chelsea need younger, more combative midfielders, like you said. So this is definitely something that I can see happening. Chelsea fans, how excited would you be if you got Moisés Caicedo to Chelsea? You should be excited if he does come. But let me know in the comment section what you think. And yeah, now we're going to speak about the team at the top of the tree, the best team in the world right now, Arsenal Football Club. We're going to do it. You're an Arsenal fan, so let's not sit here and roll your eyes.
Whoa.
Let's not sit here.
My camera, as I fix my camera, I'm not an Arsenal fan. This is lies. Man United. I just praise teams when they're doing well. I just want to slow your roll.
Okay, I'm not gonna slow my roll, but Arsenal have been at the forefront of a lot of transfer rumors and a lot of transfer speculation, especially because of Gabriel Jesus' long-term injury. Now it seems like Arsenal, you know, this is coming from Ryan Taylor, are more open to the idea of bringing in a striker in January versus maybe just a winger, you know, like Mudryk. We've been speaking about him. For you, do you think that that's the right move, is to look for somebody that can play more centrally because of the long-term injury to Jesus? Or can Arsenal kind of make it through that difficult period with what they kind of have and add that winger?
I think Arsenal will challenge for the Premier League title again next season. I think you're on that road. I think you're going to do it. But you're 5 points clear of Man City at almost a halfway stage. The international break, or the World Cup, has given you an opportunity to get closer to that transfer window than most teams get at this stage of a Premier League season. You should be taking any money that you're going to spend on Mudryk, which we'll get onto in a moment, and maybe a DM, and money that you're saving for the summer, spend now. As long as you can land genuine targets that have been on your radar for a period of time, not panic buys. Vlahovic may be something, but that's been put to the side. You've obviously got João Felix. Take money from the summer. Use it now. You know you're getting Champions League football. Go and make that huge purchase at this moment in time. Gakpo's name today has come up again. And Gakpo's name has come up again because he is available. He was a target of Arsenal's before Man United, before Liverpool were involved. And he's obviously been very impressive this season, both in the Eredivisie and, of course, just here in Doha at the World Cup. So Arsenal do need to change because we saw Eddie Nketiah in the friendly last night. Not looking particularly great, missing sitters. I think there's a problem there for you, a potential problem, a snag that could end up making you lose a certain amount of points where you maybe just miss out to Man City. Spend that money now. Go and get João Felix. Go and get Gakpo. Go and sign Vlahovic. Bring someone like that in who's going to score you the goals, give you that figurehead position that Jesus is going to be missing for 3 months. Could be 4 by the time he's match fit. That takes you into April. That's basically the end of the season. And Arsenal have got such a great chance of winning the league. I do believe you'll win the league, I've said it all along, as long as you buy in January. You then move on to Mudryk. Now, what's really interesting about this is that the negotiations are very advanced. The player has agreed to join. The player is happy. The player is on his knees for Arsenal. He is desperate to be a Gooner. Mm-hmm. There are now some credible reports starting to emerge. This £100 million price fee, Arsenal are driving this down significantly. There are some reports today that suggest it could be around 30 to 35 million. That may be a little too low, but you're looking at around 40 to 45 million pounds for this absolute sensational talent who we've discussed before can easily push the Martinellis and the Sakas hard for their first team positions. So for me, I look at it as a case of you need to go out and get that striker. Get Mudryk over the line. If you get him in cheaper than initially expected, 60, 70, 80 millions, that frees up cash. Take some money from the summer, go and buy a striker, and win your first Premier League in nearly 2 decades.
This is where I disagree. I get that there's a clip going around of Nketiah missing a sitter. I get that, and it doesn't look good. You know, first of all, why is everybody so desperate to watch our friendlies? Like, weird. But it's like weird that that's like a big deal. But nevertheless, he's scored 5 goals in 7 Premier League matches, 5 goals in 7 Premier League starts. So he's somebody that when he's playing with the first team, he's fine. So for me, it's I don't really want Arsenal to veer away from the plan and go buy some striker that is not going to really match what we're trying to do. So any like just regular 9 or somebody that's just like a big tall striker that can't really play and can't link play, that's not really something that we need. We don't need an Aubameyang. That's not what we need. So it depends on the market. The market kind of dictates what you can do. And I just think you stick with what we were going to do already and you go with the Mudryk unless you can bring in a João Felix, which I still feel like even with maybe the interest and where we are is a little bit far-fetched based on the price point. So stick with the plan, bring in a Mudryk. Martinelli can play through the center, and Nketiah will be fine for a little bit of time. And quite frankly, if you're going to win the Premier League, you have to be willing to go through challenges. And I think this team just needs to step up. I get that there's anxiety because Jesus is such a big part of our team. But again, Nketiah scores goals when he's with the first team. And it was just a friendly. And it was just like, whatever. So yeah, that's kind of how I think about it. It's a little bit of a, but Arsenal still need to spend money. I think that's where we're kind of on the same page.
Yeah, I agree with you in the sense of don't buy someone that isn't in your plans. But if you can bring in a striker who you're looking at to bring in the summer, so let's just say Gakpo was going to be on your list to bring in the summer anyway, and you can get him now, spend that money early to bolster the squad. But you're absolutely right.
But see, here's the thing though. Arsenal is never looking to bring in a second striker. And you know why I know that? Is because they gave Eddie Nketiah £100,000 per week and gave him a new long-term contract. There was never an intention to bring in a striker, and that's why, for me, is stick with the plan. Now, we'll see if whether or not that was a mistake, but you'll only really know until you let things play out. And that's kind of where we're at.
And I totally get your point. And as you say, let's see how things go.
Yeah, let's see how things go. You guys, let us know in the comment section what you think about is Nketiah good enough? Is he not? Does Arsenal need to pivot away from a winger and go full in on a striker in January to make sure that they maintain their title challenge? Let us know in the comment section what you think about that. Make sure you guys like this video and subscribe to the channel. Helps the channel grow, helps us get seen. And also, download the OneFootball app, like I said at the top of the show, your one-stop shop for all things football. Terry, thank you so much for being here with me.
Not a problem.
Awesome.
Always a pleasure.
Awesome. We didn't fight. So that's a good thing. We didn't fight. So, but yeah, you guys just like and subscribe, and we'll see you guys in the next one. Bye, guys.